If you're watching earlier, I told you about news just in from the SAPS confirming the recovery of military explosives in Benoni on Gauteng's East Rand. Officers were told were responding to information they received that these were explosives destined for illegal mining operations in that area. Let's get you more now. Speak to police spokesperson Athlenda Mathe joining us. Welcome to News of Prime, ma'am. So these explosives that you found, how dangerous are they if found in the wrong hands?
Well, firstly, a big congratulations and well done to our organized crime investigations team for acting swiftly on this information and recovering these military explosive devices and equipment before they get to their destination. I can confirm that these military devices are very dangerous, and if they detonate in an open space, they can cause injuries and damage to property.
And now that you've recovered them, do you know how they went from, because they are military explosive devices, went, I presume now, from the custody of the military into criminal hands, as it appears?
So our members were following up on information that these explosives were going to be delivered to illegal miners on Snake Road in Benoni. So upon receiving this information, the team immediately operationalized the information and descended on the scene, where they found a box with 7 hand grenades, 1 CS smoke generator, a military shot exploder, a military tester, and 18 military switches. We then deployed our bomb disposal unit to the scene to recover these explosive devices. And upon arrival, we found that one of the hand grenades was found to be unstable. So to ensure the safety and security of the surrounding communities, we had to then destroy it on the spot, which is a process called in situ, to prevent any injuries and damage to property. So for now, our preliminary investigations have revealed that these military devices were going to be handed over to illegal miners operating in the area. So I can confirm that we have also set up a multidisciplinary team that has been dispatched to monitor the area to effect possible arrests. We have registered an inquiry to determine the origin of the explosive devices and equipment.
So you don't know as yet where they were taken?
At this stage, we are not aware where the destination was, but we can confirm that for now, preliminary investigations do tell us that they were going to be delivered and picked up by illegal miners operating in that area.
I'm not sure if you'd be able to answer this next question, but given the level of these explosive devices, military-grade weapons, basically, devices, I should say, who else would be licensed to have them? Are people outside of the army allowed to buy and keep them?
Not at all. These are prohibited devices. Only the military are allowed to utilize these devices, and that's why we've immediately operationalized the information, descended on to the scene to protect and save lives, because we know how dangerous these devices and equipment can be should they explode in the area where they were found, because this area is a place where there are houses around, there are communities that stay there. So to prevent loss of life, injuries and damage to the houses around that area, we immediately descended onto the scene and called on deployed our bomb disposal unit to immediately attend to them and remove them.
But if they were indeed destined for illegal mining operations, it speaks to the difficulty, the tough task ahead of police who are trying to basically get rid of illegal mining operations, especially along the East Rand. I mean, just recently, there were massive protests, even by community members in parts of Gauteng, who said they'd simply had enough of illegal miners and other crimes they're perpetrating. And in fact, they said these are people who are being underestimated as far as their level of criminal, quote-unquote, sophistication.
Well, we are quite pleased with the inroads that we are making to prevent, combat, and investigate illegal mining activities. Just earlier this year, in April, we established the Economic Infrastructure Task Teams, which are made up of different specialized units. So these units are responsible for ensuring that they prevent, combat, and investigate crimes related to the non-ferrous metal theft, essential infrastructure-related crimes, which would include your tampering, damaging, or destroying of infrastructure related to the energy sector, the transport sector. We also have the illegal mining activities that this particular task team is working on. And I'm pleased to report to you that between April and September this year, we have managed to arrest 763 illegal miners that are arrested, 37 of them South Africans, 227 Lesotho nationals, 225 Mozambicans, 198 of them were Zimbabweans, and 70 were Malawians. And several equipment utilized by these illegal miners were also confiscated. So yes, there is a lot of work ahead of us, but we are surely making inroads to prevent, combat, and investigate illegal mining activities in the country.
Athlenda Mathe, thank you very much for that update on that story.